Hello, I'm back again. You're sick of seeing me today, aren't you? Well, you're sick of seeing me altogether, and our lovely David. Thank you for coming back and joining me in this our second hour of our brother. Now, we've got a fabulous new SVG download for you. It's incredible. We've named it Spectacular Stencils Volume number 4. Would you believe? Which is amazing, isn't it, really? You're getting 17 new images to actually be able to manipulate, change, draw, emboss, paper, pierce, use your vinyls, etc. There's so much you can actually do with this. It's unbelievable. Just having a look over my shoulder because I thought, is there something over there? Because Sophie was looking in that direction. I'm thinking, is there something crawling up the wall that shouldn't be? Wouldn't bother me if it was, but you never know. So we're going to set off with a quick demo for you and get this actually working so you can see what you're getting. Let me just pop that there so it's ready. So welcome. We have new people joining us all of the time. So how do you shop? I can hear you say, or Andrew did. It's really easy. Now, throughout the hour, I will be giving you shop codes, which are brilliant, okay? So the social media shopping is just the best thing ever, because it means that you can take us anywhere with you when you're out and about. And it means that you can shop at any time as well, which again is amazing. All you need to do in the comments below, whether you're on social media, Instagram or Facebook, type in the word shop and then the code that I give you. So for this one, it's shop stencil, okay? For the brand new SVG download, shop stencil. Pop that into the comments below. You'll get a message back from us. Within that message is a link. Open the message, click the link. It takes you straight to your shopping basket on our website. Log in, check out. That easy, okay? You can also have us on your smart TV if you wish to watch us on a big screen through YouTube. We are there as well. And also we stream live from our own website as well. So if you go along to highlightcrafts.com, on there, you can follow streaming live and watch us hour by hour throughout the day on the website. However, a little bit of different shopping when you're on the website. Down this side of the screen is all of the details of the products, okay? So you can shop ahead a little bit. However, you can use the shop codes if you wish to, but the easiest thing to do is click on the item that you wish to purchase, add to basket. Once you start adding items to your basket, you'll get a little red shopping basket or a little red shopping bag. Once you're ready to check out all your lovely goodies and have your happy post packed and sent out to you, click on the basket and then log in and check out. How easy is that? It couldn't be any easier. Amazing. So the very first thing that I want to share with you is shop stencil, because this is brand new, launched this morning, second time it's ever been seen live on our shopping. Now, it does suggest that it's spectacular stencils. However, when you're using it in conjunction with your Brother Scan and Cut, you can now cut it, resize it, you can draw it, you can emboss it, you can paper pierce it, you can use your rhinestone kit if you have one, you can foil it. There's so many different ways of using it. So a couple of ways that I've already gone ahead and had a little play with our new selection is, yes, you can create a stencil. However, they are just as beautiful when you turn them into card blanks, okay? So making card fronts, aren't they lovely? Absolutely gorgeous. Now imagine putting an acetate layer in between those, using your alcohol inks on the acetate and creating a stained glass window. Gorgeous. But then drawing them. And I know you're all going, hold on a minute, what's all them lines and things? Because they're not on the stencil. No, they're not. I've asked the machine to colour it in. and I've given it a format that I want it to actually colour in. So it's done me a crosshatch on there, which is brilliant, and it's really simple to do. Did you know that it did this? No. Sophie's going, can it? Yeah, it can. It's a cool machine, you know.
I knew it'd draw, but I didn't know it'd do like patterns in it.
Yeah, just patterns infill. I know, you're good, aren't you? It's amazing, she is, amazing. So we're going to go I'll go all the way home. Okay, I've got my USB in the side of my machine. Now your SVG is a downloadable digital format. Okay, so it's not a physical USB that you're going to be getting. You check out and it will come to you via email. Once you've checked out and paid for it, you'll get an email from us. There's a link in that email. Click the link and it downloads it straight away for you, which is brilliant. So let's open up the patterns. I'm going to go into the USB. I'm actually currently using my machine, which I absolutely love. So this is the Scan and Cut. It is your Brother SDX 1200, which we have got back in stock, which we are absolutely delighted about. So I'm going to go into my Spectacular Volume 2. And then in here, I want the butterfly and number 4. So I'm going to go into number 4. There's the butterfly. Yay! I'm going to press OK and set that on the mat. Now, if I go into Edit, and I jump about, you can see with these arrows, I've got 2 SVG files currently on my screen, okay? Which is fine, that's all well and good. I don't want the outside box because I'm not going to cut it out. I just want to draw it. So I'm going to delete the box and keep my butterfly, which is what I want. Now I'm going to move it up a little bit because I'm going to draw this, excuse me, draw it onto an A4 piece of cardstock, and I'm also going to go back into my object edit and make it a little bit bigger as well. So I'm going to take it up to about 7 inches if I can. Let's keep going. There we go. 6.5 inches, that'd be better. There we go. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to say yes, okay to that. Now here I've got a draw function because it's the pen. Okay, you do get the pens with the machine and the pen holder as well. So I'm going to click on here. Okay, on here you've got to switch it on and off. It's currently off, but you have got a fill. If I go into the pattern, I've got all of these patterns to manipulate and use when I draw it. I can actually colour it all in. So it will draw it and colour it in as a solid. Okay. It will put lines in it, it will put me squares in, it will do this one and it will do this one. So it's like your little crisscross hatches. If you do them bigger, these are brilliant for then to be able to do your Zentangling and things into them as well. So I've selected number 4 already. I'm going to press OK and I'm going to put my fill function on. And I'm going to press OK again. Now you can see the image on the screen has actually changed, which is brilliant. Now, when you're using your little drawer housing, it comes to you like this. I'm actually just going to start from the beginning so you can show you how you use it. So you get your little pens. You get 5 pens and 2 erasables, 6 pens and 2 erasable pens. One is heat erasable, one is air erasable. Okay. This is your pen housing to use with it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is turn it over, and on the back there's a little catch. Press that down and it opens up. Okay, now I can put my pen in. So I'm going to take the cap off of my pen, drop that into the housing and lock it shut. In the top here you've got a little round disc. That's where you put your lid for your pen so you don't lose it. Okay, how cool is that? Thought of everything. Now I'm going to drop that into here, and because of the barcode reading on the back, it knows I'm putting the drawing function in, or the drawing housing. So that's in there now. Make sure I've burnished my cardstock down properly. Pop this inside here. Now, when you're loading your mat, just support it slightly at this side so it doesn't come away when you actually load your mat. And every machine that we have that is your SDX, doesn't matter what they are, it's the same symbol. So I'm going to load the mat. It's going to take the mat in. It's going to have a look at those registration marks, and it's going to tell me, or it will now know, that it is a 12 by 12 cutting mat. It knows exactly what is on there. Okay. Now I'm going to go through and ask it to draw. So I'm going to press OK, because remember, we've set it up what we want it to do. We went into draw, we switched it on. So all the way through, just like you do when you ask it to cut, it asks you, please select. And now we're going to go to draw. And it tells you it's going to be about 10 minutes, start. Okay. And now the pen is actually going to start drawing. And it's so cool. It's very easy to get lost in this when it starts drawing because you actually want to watch it. There you go. And isn't that a beautiful, crisp line? So now, all of those new SVG images that we've just brought to you can all now be drawn, and you can put an infill pattern in there as well, which is amazing. So, where would you like me to go, Andrew, while that is busy doing the drawing for us?
Let's go to the cardstock.
Cardstock. Now, when you've got a machine like this, you need good quality cardstock, because the better the quality of the cardstock, the longer your blades will last. So we've got a few different ones for you today. I'm going to bring them both forward. I'll have to ask Andrew to help me with the codes. Okay, so these are your lights. This is your first one. 12 by 12, and you are going to get all of this together. So you're going to get that lovely green, that yellow, through to your orange, the violety purple, all the way through to that lovely lilac as well, your baby pink, baby blue, the lemon, and also your white, okay? 12 by 12. Now, the joy of having this is it's all solid core. It's not full of chalks and things in the middle of your cardstock, which is really important when you've got your scan and cut, because you don't want to blunt your blade, okay? And that kind of cardstock does. So that is your lights. Now your darks are this particular collection. And these again are just beautiful cardstocks. Again, in 12 by 12. And you've got that lovely deep purple, 2 lots of red, like a candy apple red and what I would classify as a Christmas red. Then you've got 2 greens, you've got your light green, and then again, that would say is definitely my Christmas green. Okay. Then you've got the light blue. Look at that, that's beautiful, isn't it? And then you've got your French navy. This one is grey, but it's got like a green hue to it. It's really unusual colour for me to describe to you. Almost verging on the edge of being khaki, would you say, Sophie?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit, isn't it? I was just going to say, yeah, there we go. That's a khaki shirt. Very close, isn't it? Then we have got our brown, and then right through to our black. Now, for both of those, if you can put them both in your basket, they work beautifully together. They're going to complement each other amazingly, okay? So that is your darks. We've also brought you today, in this hour, the vellum. Now, our lovely Mel absolutely searched high and low for this. Lovely Sophie's fascinated watching it do the thing. Isn't it amazing? Do you want to quit? Is it colouring in?
Yeah, it's doing
Do you want to the hatching?
horizontal lines first.
There you go. Look at that. And I'm not even stood with it. Isn't that cool? Isn't that brilliant? And you can also do that on all your different mediums. So whether that be now your vellum or your brights and your darks, you can absolutely do that. So we're bringing you 6 sheets of this vellum. Now, if you think about acetate and what we bring you the construction acetate, don't we? Oh my goodness, this is that kind of weight. It is beautiful. So Mel wanted to bring you the best quality parchment, really. that she could possibly bring you to work with your parchment function and your tools with the machine, because to have a really good quality paper, the cardstock, for that tool to be able to draw and not go through it and give you an incredible, in the end, a beautiful project, that's what you're needing with this one. But you can also just draw, etc. on them, and also it will take your colouring mediums as well. Whereas some of the lesser quality ones, they'll warp and they'll buckle. This one, because of how structured it is, you're going to get less of that happening. So there we have. Now, card shapes. Do you know, we're working on number 7. As soon as I've done this, whipping my machine off of the table, running through into Creative, downloading the new card shapes that the lovely Becky is currently making, and I've got to test them and do some samples for you guys, ready for when we bring you batch number 7. So this is batch number 6. I've totally fell in love with the fact that we're bringing you these card shapes in the SVG form, because the last time, or I'd never known, should I say, ever, that anywhere can bring you 4 different card shapes that you can resize into whatever you want them to be, from the largest to the smallest. So that is the largest. This is your rectangle pop-up, okay, down to something like this. Now, if this was a set of dies and you'd got the ability to make that one, every single one in millimetre increments up to this one, how much metal would that be? That's like, I can't even imagine. And where would you put it all? Where is all that going to go? And that is only one. So that is your rectangle pop-up. Sophie can't stop watching it. It's really quite amusing. Then we've got our envelope pop-up, okay? Again, the beauty of having these as SVG files is the resizability. Now, while I've got this one in my hand, I just want to talk about the shapes that we're giving you as well. On here, this shape on the front is your matte layer that goes on here, but it's also a pendant. Pendant. It's,
Yeah.
yes, you know what I mean, don't you? It's bunting. So we've given you that in nested sizes, and so that's another shape. Also, when you look at the tag that's at the back, that's another set of nested shapes. Then these are amazing. So we've now brought you the SVG files. These are all in batch 6, by the way. Shop template, the square box, okay? You can make them bigger, you can make them smaller. That is the versatility of having them as an SVG file, okay? Absolutely phenomenal. And not only did we bring you the square, we also brought you the rectangle. Now, the super thing about the rectangle is if you've got the 12 by 24 mat, you can make this even bigger, okay? If you've got 12 by 24 cardstock, you could make a size, I mean, that is a sizable frame when you look at it, but you could make it even bigger. And also sizing it down to make teeny weeny ones. Maybe you're somebody that likes doing your doll's houses and you need little picture frames and things like that. Or you've got a whole table in there and you need something where the post is going to sit on the little table. You can do this now. We're going to move on to shop card. No, yes, card. Shop card, $9.99 for shop template, $9.99 for shop card. This is going back to the very first set that we brought for you. So we have our shutter card, but you don't have to work with it like that. You can use it as a shutter card, but you turn it over and it's a stepper. We've got our stepper card, side stepper, okay? Again, rotate it round and work with it differently. So we've got 2 or 3 different shape cards here already. There is your centre stepper. And on each one of these, where you've got this opening, you've got the large image. Now imagine resizing your new SVG files and putting apertures into these. Maybe you're going to put the lovely fairy in the front of this and put lights behind it. Would look beautiful. And then finally, we do have our pop-up card. Again, just by rotating it, you've got a different card, okay? So there is it, a pop-up. Let's turn it on its side and have it this way, okay? Or even turn it that way, and it's another centre stepper card as well. Lots there for you all. And again, those two are digital format, okay? So a digital format, so they'll come to you without postage and they're instant. As soon as you check out your basket, you'll get an email. Click on the email, open the link, download your digital files. Amazing. Now, there's very little really, once you've actually purchased the machine, that you have that are your consumables, okay? If you want to buy a scanning mat, generally, unless something or somebody sits on it and bends it or something happens to it while it's not in the machine, you would only buy one of these once. Same with your tweezers and your scraper. Things like those kind of tools, they are a one-time purchase unless they walk off. The consumables really that you're going to find that you'll need with your scan and cut is your auto blade. You always need a blade in reservation. Always have one ready and raring to go. So if anything ever happened, you've got one in stock. The next one are your mats. Okay, so again, whether you go for your low tack mat or your standard tack mat. Now your low tack mat is for your lighter weight cardstocks and your standard tack mat is for everything else. But you can, with your pin flare stencil glue, retack your mats and get a little bit more longevity out of them, okay? Now that is all on our Instagram, no, it's all on YouTube, okay? Any of that education that you need, tacking your mats and everything, our lovely Mel takes you through step by step of how to do that correctly, okay? I advise watching those because you don't want to get it wrong and you don't want any glue on the outside of your mats where the rollers are, okay? So have a little hop on to YouTube. Now, really, your blades and your mats are your only consumable when you've actually got your machine. It's really a fantastic thing to have. Now, when you think about how many files are actually, or shapes are in the machine, and you can think that you can make them bigger and smaller by millimetre increments. And this was one of the things that really took me when I purchased my very first scan and cut, which was a CM, was the fact that I have not got the room for all of those dies, okay? But having that, I have, okay? That was what actually proper clinched it with for me, was the versatility of what it can do, what it can cut, and also that it does other things as well, such as drawing. Shall we go back and have a look at what it's done? Now, look at that. Okay, the machine's done all that for me. Isn't that brilliant? Okay, that is super cool. How cool is that, Sophie?
Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Isn't it brilliant? So now I've got a pattern in there for me to be able to, whether I want to colour it in and doodle into that, or just use that then with the silhouette over the top. That could have been drawn onto acetate, and then I can then put it on top, the silhouette on top of that. So there's lots of ways of using this. So what I'm going to do now is just do that once again to share with you how it works. But this time I'm going to do it on a big open silhouette piece. So I'm going to unload the mat firstly. I'm going to go to the home, press OK because we don't want that at the moment. Go into retrieve data. Want to go into the USB, pick up my stencils like so, and then it was number 4, wasn't it? Let me see if it was that one. Is that the open one? I think it is. There we go. Press OK. Now, first of all, I want to go into edit and I want to delete the square because I don't want the square. I'm quite happy with just keeping my lovely butterfly. We have a question, I believe.
Davina said, what cardstock are you using to draw on?
That's entirely up to you. At the moment, I've got our pure print A4, okay, 250 GSM, but you can draw onto acetate, onto the vellum, onto the brights, onto the lights. You can draw onto just normal copier paper if you wanted to, All of that is available and at your fingertips by having this machine, okay? You can also, with these images, with your foiling function, it will do your glue and then you can foil it as well. So there's the limitations, there aren't any really. And after all the years that Mel's still been working with this, she will still tell you daily, this is daily, that she learns something new and wonderful about the scan and cut and its abilities, okay? So let's go into this. So remember, I'm wanting to draw it. So let's go into our object edit because that's where it gives me all of those function keys. Go into here. Now remember, it's this one here that looks like a pen, okay? I'm going to click on there. And first of all, I'm going to switch it on because I want it to fill, okay? And now I can go into my fill pattern. Before I do that, my line spacing, when it's colouring in, I can tell it how close I want it to colour by altering this. And then your fill direction, if you want it to colour in a certain direction because you're doing a blend, you can have it colour in a particular direction if you wanted to. So let's go to the fill pattern and let's do just the big open squares this time and press OK. I've switched my fill function on and press OK again. Now you can see here I've got the squares on here, okay? So let's pop our card in because it'll be quite quick to actually draw this one because it's literally doing like, oh, there's another one that I made. They're coming out of the woodwork all over. Now what you can do is while you're watching the machine, once you know it's actually come to the end of drawing the outside edges, because it draws it first, you can pause it, change your pen colour, and then all your lines and your fill pattern will then be in a different colour, which is super cool. So let's pop this into here. I'm going to load the mat, same for every machine, it loads in exactly the same way. And now I need to go through and select draw. So press OK, OK again, and again, through to please select, and this time draw. See, it's only going to take 3 minutes for this one because it's just doing standard lines. OK, let's go. Now it will tell me 3 minutes. If it's 2 minutes and 1 second, it will always round it up, okay, because that's just how it is and what it does. It's already, if we keep an eye on this, it might drop down to 2 minutes quite quickly. But isn't this a really cool way of adding texture and things to your actual SVG files? Aren't they fabulous? Like I said, if you did this on your vellum, you can actually... you could do this and then colour it in from behind. Look how cool this is. And it will do the same thing again on the other side. So it's very regimented and methodical with how it works through it, okay? So it does it all. Now it's going to the big lines. Isn't it cool? So it will continue so far and then it will swap over and do the other side. And it's really easy to use this. And then imagine doodling into these as well. Maybe you're wanting to do your colouring, or maybe you want to turn this into diamond art, okay? You might be wanting in all these squares to put a little bit of a gem or a jewel, or on where it's the cross, actually stick on your diamond art as well, which would look really cool. So now, instead of doing the horizontal lines, I have to think about it when which is that one? It's that one. That's vertical. It's now doing the vertical. But how amazing is this? And when it's done this, I'm going to swap it out and I'm going to cut it because I'm going to turn the fill line off and then it will just cut out the shape. So I've then actually got a butterfly that's got all of these lines on it that you could go ahead and doodle with. So imagine doing this as a little doodle book. And it's nearly done. There we go. Last couple of lines. Oh, it's doing me the antenna. How cool is that? Do the other side now. Isn't this, I just love that it does this. And sometimes we forget that it's got this function on here. Okay, so now it's finished. It's done all of that for me. I'm going to press OK. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go into my object edit like so. I'm going to go into my drawer and I'm going to switch it off. Okay, now you can see it's turned it off. All I need now to do is take out my drawing housing, pop in my blade instead, and then go through like so, because I've not moved it off my mat, I've not touched it. Please select, cut, yes please, and it's going to cut that out for me. Now I'm going to take the lid out of the top where you keep your lid, and I'm going to put the lid back on this straight away, because you don't want these little fibre tip pens drying out, okay? And then I'm going to sit that to one side. Isn't that good? It's brilliant. So now it's drawn it for me, it's filled it in with a pattern, and now it's actually going to cut it out ready for me to actually use in whatever format that I want to use it. So all of these functions are within the machine, really easy. So let me just show you the rest of the patterns that you can be working with your SVG files, okay? So this is brand new today. You only saw it an hour first thing this morning. This is the second hour of an outing that we're bringing to you. So, let me have a breath. Not only have you got the details, you've also got silhouette items in here as well. And it also covers quite a lot of genres. So not only have you got your animals, you've got your florals, you've got a little bit of fantasy in here as well, together with full-on patterns, edge to edge, okay? Whether we're bringing it edge to edge, a repeatable pattern, or we've gone a little bit shabby with some of these as well, which are fantastic. Okay, so you can be using these as stencils and stencil through them, because I have some to show you, or just use them as papers. For instance, that one, just cut that out as it is onto a lovely cardstock, put it on your card and just put a sentiment on it. Job done. It's that easy. And then of course, how lovely would that be? That couldn't be any simpler. If you cut that out of black cardstock or white cardstock and had the black behind it and just had those birds in flight, okay, and put a really super simple sentiment on there, it would look beautiful. So I'm going to pop that to one side like so. And these are some of the stencils that I work with in the Inky Hour. So this is your rose, and let me find it. So I've got 2 for 1 here, because that's the rose, but that's what I cut. That's now a card topper, okay? Using just really simple techniques with your inks, okay? Same again. That's one of them. I can now use that as it is because I've cut it out of the coloured cardstock. Or I used it as a stencil and I inked through it with sticky ink, and I used embossing powders and also mica powders with that one. How about with the stencil form, creating something like this? But again, I've got 2 for 1 here. So I've got that one, and I can now mount it on top as an aperture. We're using foam tape, okay? That would make something different, or use them all individually. So when I did this, I ended up with a butterfly on its own, which is here. So I cut that out and I got 2 pieces. One was a stencil, one was a mask. That way I use the stencil, but I've got 2 pieces of artwork there to work with now as a card. This one I used as a mask, and now I've got different ways of using this, because I can bring this in, glue that down, and I've got the wings with the shadow underneath, or I can take it away altogether, bring in this one, totally different card, all together using different colours, or I can then just put it onto a background as it is. But that is only one size that I've chosen to cut it out onto. I can cut that 12 by 24 if I want to. Now, remember, I drew this one. I'm now going to change it. Okay, take my mat out and we cut it. This is how incredible this machine cuts. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Absolutely clean, okay? So I'm going to take that away. Again, now I've got something I can actually use differently. But I could also have cut this out of your, just a minute, I'm thinking the sticky stuff, vinyl. That could have been out of vinyl, and you could now be using that and putting that on t-shirts or anything, especially that beautiful holographic that Mel's been using. You know, the specialised vinyls would look incredible. Now, when you've got your scan and cut, one of the things I think is really important is it's a considered purchase. We want to look after it, don't we? Absolutely we do. I'm coming towards you. Coming for you, chasing you. Look, now, when you've had a considered purchase like the scan and cut, you need something that's going to keep it safe, secure, and you know that maybe if you're transporting it or whatever you're going to do, it's in where it needs to be. It's going to arrive as you want it to be in one piece. It's not going to be damaged, okay? And this is where this bag comes into its own. 360 turning on all four wheels, which makes it super easy for manoeuvring. You've got your telescopic handle, drops all the way down out of the way for storage, or when it's in your car, or it comes all the way up for our short people, such as me and Mel, or they've even got a David-sized handle, which is the larger one, okay? Brilliant. Now I'm going to drop that down out the way because I now want to show you. It's even logoed with the Brother Scan and Cut. How amazing is that? Now on the front first, before I open this up, super strong hook and eye, and you've got a really lovely deep pocket with the patterning on the front. Now let's open this up. Now, when you've got a zip on something, it's quality listening to the zip, okay? So this, are you listening? Oh, you know that's a good zip, don't you? What about that? That is a quality thing, isn't it? Think of beauty it is. Then on all the edges, there's piping. Double stitched, reinforced, okay? So you know, again, it's a quality thing. When you open this up, see-through pockets, finally. You can see what you've got in there. Now, on this side, we've got our cable, and they're not stitched flat. They've got some depth to them, so now you can fill it with as much as you want, whether that's your pens, your pen holder, your scraper, your spatula, anything else that you want to pop in here, you absolutely can. Having this kind of storage also means that you can keep everything together. Whether you have got your piercing toolkit and everything else, you can now keep it all in one place. You might only be able to craft on the dining table. When you've done that, you've got to clear it all away and keep it somewhere. Why not treat yourself to a bag that is going to allow you to do that and keep it all safe, dust-free, and be able to then take it wherever you want to take it. Inside, you've got additional deep pockets. This side, we've got the mat, so you can see just how big it is because the scan and cut mat fits in there beautifully. Or you might want to put your projects and things in here. But do you know what? One of the best things about the design of this is how easy it is to take your machine in and out of the bag because they've built a cradle for it to live in. And it's a beautiful, soft cradle. It really does protect your machine, okay? So lifting it in and out, instead of trying to, and you've got your hand in the way, you get your hand stuck and all the rest of it and the fear of actually dropping it, absolutely not. Close your handles up and then lower it back into the, look, it fits almost like it's been made for it, isn't it? Fits in there like a glove. Absolutely fabulous bag. Now, we've got a £5 deal. £5 off for you guys, okay? Our lovely Mel said, can you have a bit of a discount? And then they've carried that through onto this show, okay? Isn't that brilliant? When you need storage at its best and quality, that is definitely the bag that you need for your scan and cut. So that is phenomenal. And believe in, is it $89.99?
It is.
$89.99. So you've got £5 saving on that one. Where would you... do you know... the fairy's been... Like I said earlier, when you're working with the machine, when you've got the right tools, and I've said all week really, when you've got the right tools for the right job, it makes crafting a pleasure, okay? When you're fiddling around and you're having to make do when you haven't got the right tools, it kind of puts you off a little bit and it's frustrating. This is amazing. You do get a little spatula in with the machine, okay, which is over here. Let me show you. You get this little spatula with the machine and you get the little stylus, okay. These are your housings as well. Auto blade, fabric blade, pen holder, 2 erasable pens. I've borrowed the black pen out of here, and then that's your spatula. Now, in some circumstances, that spatula, amazing when you're wanting little things. However, when you've done a great big doily on here and you've got 12 by 12 of bits, that little spatula, you're going to be, you'll be sat there forever, aren't you? Not with this, Daddy, you're not. Okay, this one makes a real difference. So again, having the right tools, and when you've bought one, you only need one. Getting in below, nice ergonomic grip on here for you as well. Now I use mine both ways. I use this rounded edge. Let me get a piece of cardstock like that. That's how I burnish my cardstock down, okay? And then this edge is what you take it away from. But if you've got lots of little bits on here, having this to be able to go down there, down your mat, and clean all that off in one go is saving time, but also it makes the job really, really easy. So that one, shop scraper, am I right?
Yes.
Yay! Shop scraper, $13.49. Hey! Look at me. I don't know how I remembered that. Thank you. That came from somewhere. And then these, I've got to say, are rapidly becoming favourites. You know when you have a favourite? Well, this is a favourite. Our brother tweezers. Now, they're not tweezers as such. I call these squeezers, because to use them, you have to squeeze, okay? Now, once you've got these, they are really robust, okay? Love that you've got the handle, the rubber where you squeeze, where you put your fingers, you've got the grip on there, and it's got the word brother on there as well, which is brilliant. And then you squeeze them to use them. Really nice sharp point. So if you do want to pick anything out from your mat, you absolutely can. Now, when you've got something like that, it actually holds your project without you having to just squeeze and hold it all of the time, okay? So if you have got dexterity or your hands are a little bit sore like mine are, having these tweezers that are doing half the work for you is brilliant. So that one is Shop Tweezer, but you will have to tell me.
Precision.
Shop Precision.
Yep.
16? 49?
Yes.
So she helped me a little bit with that one. How about that? They're brilliant. And when you've got the right tool, it makes life so much easier. Okay, where are you wanting me to go, my lovely? We're going to do another demo. Okay. I'm getting full. Can you turn it into Mel? Look at this. Or is it Stephanie that makes mess like this? Right. What would you like me to do, Andrew? Would you like me to draw something or cut something out of our lovely stencils?
Let's cut a stencil out.
Let's cut a stencil out. Okay, right, let's have a little peruse. Let's have a... Right, Sophie, this is on you. What would you like me to cut? because you're in the room. There you are. Let's have a, this is Sophie's pick. Sophie's pick of the day. You want number A17. Right, Sophie's pick of the day. So let's go to the machine. Let's press home. Okay. Into here, into my USB. Glasses on. Down we go. Spectacular. 17A. Thank you. There we go. Is that the one you chose? I feel like I'm doing a magic show now. Is that the card for you? That the one you chose? Press OK. We set it on the mat. Now I'm going to go into Edit, Object Edit. No, I'm not. I'm going to go everything on the mat. Select it all. OK. Now Object Edit and Group. I'm just going to bring it across a little tiny bit. So we could draw this. We could piercing tool this. We could emboss it. Anything of the functions that you can possibly think of can be done with an SVG file, okay? So we're going to load in the mat. And then if you don't mind awfully, while this starts doing this, I just need a very quick drink of my drink because my mouth's dried up. So we're going to go all the way through, okay? We're going to keep going. Please select, cut. Says it's about, that's 6 minutes. Let's go. Do it. Let's see if them 6 minutes, how many minutes we've got? Got 8 minutes in the show, 8 and a bit. Oh, that's easy. So what it's done now, it's taken that into the machine. It's read what is actually on the mat. So it knows it's got a 12 by 12 cutting mat on here. And then it's now cutting it out. So while it's doing that, we're going to have a little walk round the corner. Come with me. Quick, get a drink. I'm spitting feathers. Is that a northern term, Andrew?
No.
No? No, spitting feathers? Do you all say that? Now we've got some fabulous Flower of the Month SVG files on here as well, and these are digital again. So once you purchase them, you'll get an email with the link to download it, okay, which is amazing. So we've got Shop Hydrangea first. Beautiful floral, one of my absolute all-time flower favourites. Just gorgeous colourways, and the artwork is exceptional. You get it in 3 different sizes, reverse reflections and the decoupage. You get your detail cuts and your mats and layers. But the special thing is you get the artwork. Excuse me, which is phenomenal. Okay? The artwork is amazing. Because otherwise you've got to sit and colour it in. Now, if you do want to colour it in, absolutely you can. But again, therein, the machine cuts watercolour cardstock. Cut it out of watercolour, do a little bit of watercolour in, and then you're again now doing the designing. The machine doesn't take any of your creativity away in any way, shape or form. If anything, it adds to it. Then we've got our sunflower. So Shop Sunflower, 2 Red Robins, Flower of the Month. Shop Sunflower SVG, that one is £7.99. Again, beautiful artwork, beautiful blooms. Now, in addition to that, you may then want some card blanks and things to use your files and your cuts to then work on. So on this one is Shop Card. This was our first ever card template bundle, which is £9.99. You are going to get your shutter card, your centre stepper, your side stepper and your pop-up, okay? Those are your first set 1. However, your pop-up card, you can turn round and manipulate in different ways just by flipping the card around. Same for your shutter, same for your side stepper, and also for your centre stepper. It's entirely up to you how you work with these. Now imagine bringing on your new SVG shapes and creating apertures and things within these card shapes would look lovely. Now we're going to go on to Shop Template. This is our newest of our templates. Okay, this is batch number 6. Shop Template, again, £9.99. And on this one, you do get some mats and layers and backing papers included. So we'll start at the bottom. Here we have our rectangle. So again, for this one, shop template, and you're getting all 4 of them. So you have got your rectangle. Again, having the versatility of it being an SVG file means you are now in charge of being the designer. You're creating projects the sized for what you're wanting. So this is your square, included also in shop template. Okay, and these are they're sturdy, aren't they? Aren't they sturdy boxes, these, Sophie? When they're actually put together, they really are sturdy. Then you've got your envelope box card. Okay, again, multi-sizes. I mean, you can't get a set of dies that will take it from that to that for the money that you're paying for these 4 templates. Absolutely invaluable. And then you've finally got your rectangle pop-up box, okay, which is this. And again, having the SVG file, the versatility of manipulating the sizes that you want to create is just amazing. There we go. So that's all of that's the flower of the month and the stencil. How are we getting on the machine, Sophie? Because you can see it.
It says 2 minutes left.
2 minutes left, Drew.
No, it's 1 minute.
1 minute left, Drew. Go back. Oh dear, it's nearly done. So while we've been doing all of that, remember this is Sophie's pick. Sophie picked number 17A out of the list of our fabulous, spectacular stencils, but they're SVG patterns. Whatever you want to now do with them, you can, okay? So again, now it's finished. I'm going to press OK, unload my mat, okay? Just close that up out of the way. So that is it. Look how easy. That is a crisp, clean cut, isn't it? Oh, I've got a big photo thing, Polaroid frame there, look. See all sorts in the patterns that you pull off of the Scan and Cut. Now, I'm just going to gently pull this away. Okay, just like that. Look at that. That, I think, would look beautiful in a shadow box with lights behind it. Wouldn't that be a really nice piece of artwork? Yeah? Or wrapping it round and turning it into a lampshade. That'd be a funky lampshade, wouldn't it? But remember, you can also now draw this, colour it in, because you've got your infill function that I've shown you. You can emboss it, you can foil it, all those different functions that are available to you. And the best thing about it, after all, you can still use it as a stencil, but also resize it to fit the project that you're wanting it to fit, which is incredible. Are we going to draw? No, we didn't do anything like that, did we? Oh, let me just show you the tool. This is why you need it. Now, with the little tool, are you ready? That little tiny one that's this big. Oh, okay, yeah. Are you feeling the pain like I am? Shall we do something different? How about that for cleaning your mat? Isn't that a bit easier? Huh? This is the one I want. It's going to make my life really easy. So all of that, I'm going to scoop it all off my mat. Okay, like so. Like that. And into the bin. Okay, so thank you everybody for joining me. It's been again an absolute pleasure. I've loved the fact that I've been able to bring you a brother show and back to basics, because I'm hoping some of the things that I've covered for the new crafters out there that have just bought a brother, and for those of you that have popped it in your basket, remember to check out your basket, that I'm showing you something a little bit different. Something that you may not have already thought of how to use it. Even those that are really had it a long time and you think, hang on, Amanda, I forgot about that draw fill function. I'm going to have a go with that. Absolutely do. So remember to check out your baskets. Enjoy your happy post. Have an incredible weekend, because this is my last hour with you all today. We've got our lovely David finishing off and rounding up the day next door momentarily. And David and myself will be back with you tomorrow morning. But I believe Stephanie is opening the show tomorrow. So check out your baskets. Have a lovely Friday afternoon and enjoy the rest of your weekend. You all take care. See you soon.